Okay, very good afternoon, my dear friends. This is Dr. Padala Tirupati, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Government Degree College for Women, Jagityal. We'll going to sum up within 2 days our CPGET 2023 free online coaching for our young aspirants. Some of the participants, they are very much of interested. Dr.O.Padmaja Madam classes. So in this regard, we would like to invite today's our eminent resource personality, Dr.O.Padmaja Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Tara Government College, Autonomous, Sangareddy. So, Madam, please welcome and start your wonderful presentation. Madam, please welcome and share your screen.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Dr.PADMAJA, Assistant Professor of Botany, Tara Degree College, Sangareddy. Today we are going to discuss a topic like photophosphorylation. So, already in previous classes, we taught about that the chloroplast and what are the steps involved for undergo a successful photosynthesis in the plants, the importance of the pigments, like this we studied, and the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Today we are going to continue the remaining part of the previous lesson. So here, the sun is the main source of energy for the plants to prepare its food materials. So the energy that is coming from the sunlight or the particles of the light, they are called as the photons. And these photons carry the quantum of energy. This energy is helpful to undergo the photophosphorylation in the plants. Now, this the light is coming from the sunlight in the form of particles called as photons. PHOTONs. These are the light particles. These photons will carry some energy, that is the quantum of energy. So this will be measured in wavelength. So sun radiates full spectrum, atmosphere streams out, allows primarily only the visible light. So the plants will prepare these food materials in the visible light, that is the nanometer of 380 to 750 nanometers. So they may ask the question like, how the visible light wavelength, that is 380 to 750 nanometers. In this, this light is only essential for the plants to prepare the food materials. And amount of energy is inversely related to the wavelength of the light. This is maybe ask the bit that how the energy and the wavelength of light is related. Now, here, this is the light. When the light is passing through the spectrum, we know that it will be splitting. The splitting will be given as a VGR. That means 7 colors. And the wavelength beyond for 700, they are called as infrareds. And the wavelength before 400 nanometers, they are called as ultraviolet rays. These ultraviolet rays, they may be gamma rays, X-rays, and the UV rays. This light is not suitable for the plants to prepare the food materials. And even this ultraviolet rays is also affect or damage the plant cells. And so these are filtered by the ozone layer. And beyond the 700 nanometer, they are infrared rays or the radio waves. And the wavelength is 400 to 760 nanometers. That is the visible light. This visible light only helpful for the plants to undergo photosynthesis. And here also, in these 7 colors, the blue and the red color, more the light will be, the absorption of the light by the plant pigments will be of blue and the red color. This question they may be asked. Which color of light is very essential, very efficient for the plants to absorb? That is blue and red color of the wavelength. And now here, this light is coming from the sunlight, and they are moving from the different pigment molecules. At last, they reach the reaction center. So there is a group of pigments are there, and in this group, at the center, the reaction center will be there. This reaction center will consisting of the P680 or P700 nanometer according to that wavelength observed by the reaction center. And this reaction center is surrounded by number of pigments that may be the chlorophyll A or B or xanthophylls or the characterols. So this group of pigments are also called as the antenna complex or light harvesting complex. And the light from the sunlight will be moving and reaching the reaction center by a resonance. That means the transfer will be taking place from one particles to another particles. That is like the resonance of energy will be transferring. And now here, these electrons, whenever the photon is nothing but a quantum of energy that is taken by the pigments. These pigments, by taking this energy, they will be excited state. When they will be excited state, they will be releases the electrons. So by this, we can say that when the pigment is in ground state, and when it absorbs the light, that means the light in the form of particles known as the photons, and this is absorbed. When it is absorbed by this pigment, the pigments will be in excited state and the electrons will be released. These electrons will be moving from one electron carrier to another electron carriers, and like this, the ATP are also formed by this moving of these electrons from one pigment to another pigment and electron carriers. Now, this is the actual, so excitation of the chlorophyll in a chloroplast. This is the step before the entering into the light reaction. What happens when the sunlight giving the light? This light contains the particles known as the photon. These photon particles are all on the chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll will be excited from ground state to exciting state. In this excited state, it will releases the electrons. And these electrons will be moving from electron carriers, from one electron carrier to another electron carriers. Now, we are entering into the light reaction of the photosynthesis. So, in this, in photosynthesis, 2 reactions will be there. One is light reaction, another is the dark reactions. So light reaction, that means that in the presence of light only the light reaction will be taking place. This light reaction is again divided into cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So photo means light, phosphorylation means formation of the ATP. So the formation of the ATP in presence of light is called as photophosphorylation. And here again there are 2 types, cyclic and non-cyclic. Cyclic means where the electrons is moving again coming and reaching the same target place, that is called as the cyclic photophosphorylation. In non-cyclic photophosphorylation, where the electron is moving in not reaching to the same target place, so it is considered as a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So this is important for our entrance also. Now here, light or the fill reaction. Photophosphorylation is the process in which the light energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP. So what happens here in photosynthesis? The light energy is converted into the chemical energy. This chemical energy is nothing but the glucose. And this glucose will be oxidized during respiration and ATP is forming. And here, in presence of light, it is taking place. So light reaction is the first step in photosynthesis occurring in the grana of the chloroplast. We have to remember that if light reaction is taking place in the grana of the chloroplast, on the grana, number of pigments are present on the grana of the chloroplast and needs the utilization of the light energy. And in this, it consisting of the following three phases. One is photolysis of water or photolysis of water. Here what happens, the splitting of water molecules will be taking place. That means the light energy is trapped by the chlorophyll molecule and decomposes water into its constituent element called photolysis of water. So whenever the water molecule is dissociated, it will be giving the 4 protons. Protons means H plus ions and electrons and the oxygen. So while we are studying the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, this will come. So here the photolysis of water will be taking place. The splitting of water molecules giving rise to protons, electrons, and oxygen. And the question may be asked that during photosynthesis, the oxygen that is coming from carbon dioxide or the water. That means the carbon dioxide is containing the oxygen and the water is also having the oxygen, but the oxygen that is coming during photosynthesis as the end product is coming from the water molecule and electron transfer. So whatever the electrons will be released during the photolysis of water, the electrons produced during the photolysis of water pass via two photosystems, photosystem 1 and photosystem as its own trap center and primary pigment molecules. Now, photophosphorylation. Just the coupling of ADP plus PI is known as phosphorylation. When the phosphorylation is taking place in presence of light, it is called as photophosphorylation. And it is the process of synthesis of ATP from ADP using light energy. So this ADP, adenosine diphosphate, combines with inorganic phosphate to give rise to ATP. This is the energy currency, or they may be called as the asymmetry powers in the photosynthesis. And now, the types of light reactions. They are non-cyclic photophosphorylation and the cyclic photophosphorylation. Here, the synthesis of ATP by ATP synthase with the influence of light is in chloroplast during electron transport is called photophosphorylation. This ATP synthase is an enzyme that is helpful for the coupling of the ADP plus PI to give rise to ATP. That is taking place in presence of light. So it is called as photophosphorylation, and this process is taking place in the chloroplast. So it is light reaction of photosynthesis. Photophosphorylation occur in two methods. One is non-cyclic photophosphorylation, another is cyclic photophosphorylation. And this non-cyclic photophosphorylation is also called as the ZCP. And it is proposed by Hill and the Padala. So what is the non-cyclic photophosphorylation? And during the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, where the ATPs and NADP are formed, we have to remember that main point. And in non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the two photosystem, the 1 and photosystem 2 is participating, and the splitting of water molecule will also be taking place. And what are the electron carriers are present? We have to remember. So the flow of electrons from photosystem 2 to NADP through photosystem 1 and set of electron carries for the synthesis of NADP, H and ATP is called as non-cyclic electron transport. So in non-cyclic electron transport, electrons never return back to the photosystem 2. That means where the electron is moving, it is not coming to the same target place. So it is called as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. This is also called as the jet ski. And now, non-cyclic electron transfer involves the following steps.